Hello everyone. In this lecture of piezoelectric materials, we will see that how to prove this relationship. Here, small s is the compliance and small s superscript d means compliance at the zero electric field or the short circuit condition, and SE means the open circuit or the zero displacement electric displacement condition. K is the compliance. So we will see that's how we can prove this relationship. This relationship is very important in the piezoelectric materials. Later on we will see that like this relationship is also there, which is very similar to the this our relationship. Here the difference is epsilon is the dielectric permittivity, as is the zero stress condition. T means zero strain condition. Like the notations which we use in this piezoelectric materials is completely reverse. Like here superscript d means electric field is zero, superscript d means electric displacement is zero. So we will see that's how we can prove this relationship. Okay, so we have to prove that uh, st is equal to s e 1 minus k square, right? So we will prove this expression. So for a piezoelectric material, the consecutive equation or the matrix will be, here this is small s which is represent the strain, and d is electric displacement. Small s is compliance is nothing but the 1 over y is the Young's modulus, right? So this is the compliance. D epsilon is dielectric permittivity, T is a stress, and E is electric field. So our first case is the SD. SD means compliance when short circuit condition. We already discussed that what is short circuit condition and what is open circuit condition. Short circuit condition means electric field is zero. Open circuit conditions means electric displacement is zero. So when electric field is zero, then this will be zero. Then this matrix will become, or we can write that S is equal to S multiplied by T plus G multiplied by 0. Uh, we will not writing this because this is not necessary for this proof, right? So we can write this is capital S and this is small s. D means when electric field is zero, right? T strain, stress, and compliance, right? So this is our equation 1, and we will see, or we can easily see that if we reverse this matrix, then what is the reverse of this matrix? Then T E, nothing but the adjoint of this matrix, let's say A, and determinant of A. Because if we want to if we want to take the reverse of any matrix, simply take the adjoint of A and divide by the determinant of A. Here strain and electric displacement, so this will become, determinant is nothing but the S multiplied by epsilon minus d square, and reverse of this and change sign of this, and we know that k is nothing equal to the d multiplied by epsilon s. Then k square is k square d square epsilon s. So we can put here epsilon s is k minus d square, or we can take the common. Then this complete matrix will become this matrix will become this, right? So and here S and D. Second case is the when the electric displacement is zero. Here the second case is the electric displacement is zero, electric field is zero. So if we put electric displacement, here is the electric displacement. So if we put zero here, so this t will become this multiplied by this s, this multiplied by zero, so zero. So this will become s stress 1 minus k square. Ultimately it will become as 1 minus k square t. So we derive this by the d is equal to 0 electric displacement of open circuit condition. Open circuit condition. So we can write s is equal to s superscript d 1 minus k square t. So we have two conditions now. So we have S equal to STT for the short circuit condition, which is E equal to 0, and S equal to S E 1 minus k square T for the open circuit condition when D is equal to 0. So if we see these two, and we can like s equal to s, because both s is equal to same, t is equal to t because both t are same. So we can write st is equal to se 1 minus k square. So by this method we can prove this expression. Also we can prove one another expression, right? So this is the complete question. So we have like our objective function was to derive this equation st equal to se 1 minus k square. We use the piezoelectric, we use this matrix which is true for the piezoelectric material by derived by the consecutive equations, and we apply the boundary conditions. These are the boundary conditions. Boundary conditions means e equal to 0 and d equal to 0. So we apply boundary conditions and like derive this equation 1 and this equation 2, and by the equating equation 1 and equation 2 we prove this expression, which is very important for the piezoelectric materials, right? uh, excuse me, one minute. So we all now we are see that's how you can try this. Like you can try this and like let me know if you are facing any trouble, right? So here this epsilon s means the free strain conditions. Free stress conditions means there are no force on the piezoelectric materials, and epsilon t is the free strain condition when when like no strain. When you clump the piezoelectric materials between two boundaries, then no elongation will be there in the any direction of the or the like or the electric field direction in the piezoelectric material. So this is the for the free strain conditions. So if you apply the boundary conditions, these boundary conditions, you can prove this easily, right? So this is like we seen this like S equal to SET when open circuit condition, sorry, short circuit condition, when electric field is zero, and S here by mistake, by printing mistake here SD, not SE, here SD, remember that. And this is for the open circuit condition when electric displacement is zero. So here we derive this, and here this is material. So this is the complete video of this. In the next video we will probe the piezoelectric stack equations and the sensor and the like how what is the use or what is the application of piezoelectric materials. So in the next video we will see the some of the applications of piezoelectric materials in the real world, and how we can derive these kind of equations for those applications, right? Like sensing applications, or the like we use the piezoelectric materials for many applications, but mainly two applications. One is the sensing and another one is the actuation, right? So in the next video we will see that. Thank you very much.